are kind of usually lame. You know, like, but I went somewhere really cool this summer. Like, I didn't go to my grandma's house or anything. I went to Castlevania. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. But anyway, I took some pictures with my digital camera and I turned them into slides. And I'm going to show them to you. So, start with the first one here. This is us arriving in Castlevania, and how embarrassing! I forgot my whip. So I had to go back to the car and get it, and I had to go through this forest and battle all these monsters, and it was embarrassing to say the least. So once we got into the castle, I got hungry, and I had my whip this time, so I just started hitting walls. And lucky for me, there was a turkey in one of the walls, and so we all sat down and we had a nice lunch in the castle. Then we found this staircase, and it went down to this underwater world where like these mermen were jumping out, and I got my picture taken with one of them, as you can see right here. He said his name was Earl, but you know, I don't know. I added him on Facebook, but he hasn't friended me back yet, so we'll see. As we continued on, as you can see in this picture here, this is us out in the forest.
You look like you have a disagreement or something.
Well, my buddy John wanted to climb the tree, and I didn't. So we had to fight about it a little bit, and obviously I won, as you can see, because there I am up in the tree. In this next one, I fell down from the tree. But as it turned out, John was right all along. This is us in our bedroom. We got to stay in one of the biggest rooms in the castle. But the creepy thing is there was all these bats in it, and they kept flying in through the window, and it was kind of hard to sleep. And there were a lot of noises, and at one point John wandered off to find the bathroom, and he came back and he told me that part of the castle was upside down, and I was like, what? Come on, get out of here! But I went back later and looked, and he was right. He was right. This is us in the upside down castle.
Hey, Brad, tell us more about the upside down castle.
Elaborate in the upside down castle. Well, it pretty much looked like the regular castle, except that everything was upside down and we were walking on the ceiling.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so we had to put on these anti-gravity boots so that we could walk on the ceiling.
Were they laces or Velcro?
They were Velcro. You ever seen those moon boots from the 80s? They look just like those. John thought he'd be funny, and he took one of his moon boots off, and he was hanging by one foot, and I took a picture.
Why are for that? There was a click.
That was a click. So the week went by really fast, and we had a lot of fun. Here we are on the last day. We're having dinner with Dracula. When he said blood pudding, I thought he meant the Irish sausage, but instead what he really meant was instant Jello made with blood instead of milk.
He looks like, I mean, did he enjoy it?
Well, he seemed to be having a good time. He had a bowl the size of a fish tank full of it. And he just had like a ladle and he was spooning it into his mouth with. But John and I, we just kind of like politely had a few bites, and then well, we said goodbye, and we got back into our car here, and
you have a very interesting way of saying goodbye.
Well, it was at some point I think Dracula might have gotten a hold of our necks, and so we were feeling a little under the weather, so yeah, the details of that goodbye are kind of fuzzy.
Are you reaching for something, or are you?
I was trying to find my keys.
In the Grand Flute.
And of course, Dracula was hiding them on me. He's such a kidder. I added him on Facebook too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my slideshow.
That was great.